There's a lot of different directions I could go with my testimony. I shared a little bit about it a couple weeks ago when I did the message, but more importantly, I want to focus on the fact that I come from a dysfunctional family. You probably would have never guessed that. I mean, I try to keep myself together, right? Try to just do everything in my life to make sure, like my life's good. But deep down, though, I come from a dysfunctional family, and my dad's been incarcerated my entire life. My mom just a regular parent trying to just survive, middle class with 3 kids. And let me tell you, that was difficult. That was difficult. Not having a dad in the house was difficult. Not being raised in the church was difficult. I didn't really have a community. And let me tell you, when you have a good community, when you have father figures in your life, even motherly figures that honor the Lord and serve the Lord, it's the greatest gift that you could ever have growing up as a kid. And I bet a lot of people here from Elevate could attest to that when you have that role model, there's just something different that gets instilled inside of you that is like, oh, I can have big dreams. I can do amazing things. Because I was told from other people in my family, oh, you're going to be a deadbeat. You're going to end up in prison. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And, I had believed those lies. I had believed the projection, the lies that people had told me. And honestly, I suffered with just like self-image issues growing up as a kid. I honestly would think about committing suicide, and I don't really tell that story often, but I think it's a good story because I love what we sing about, that we're going to see a victory, and what the devil intended for evil, God's going to turn for good. And I just think about that. Like 14 years old, man, I was going into high school, not really understanding what I was about to get myself into. My mom's boyfriend at the time had a stroke. And I'm like, dude, we got to go to church. There's just something about being in the house of the Lord. And I didn't know it at the time. I had no idea who Jesus was. My mom grew up in a Christian house. She said, peace out. I'm going to have kids at 18, 19 and just go do my own thing. And so that's honestly what I knew growing up. Just like living life on a day-to-day basis, not being in church. And I always try to tell people this, like, it's not the church that changes your heart. It's an encounter with Jesus. Right? We talk about the woman at the well in John chapter 4. We talk about Jesus feeding the 4,000 in John chapter 6. It's an encounter with Jesus that changes the whatever that word is, trajectory of your life. And that's what it was for me at 14 years old. And I give a lot of thanks to men that are willing to stand for God. Like men that are bold to say, you know what, young kids like myself and other people in our age group are like, they don't have father figures, or they need a bit of an example of what Christ looks like in a role model figure. And I'm thankful that I was placed in a church that had that, because that was so important to me. But kind of going back to what I was saying, 14 years old, you know how some of us just deal with anxious thoughts all day, or like, man, what's going to happen next? I used to have that a lot, just like anxiety of like panic of the future. I used to be afraid of like, man, I could die at any moment, and it would scare me. And so like, I don't know what it was, I don't know when it was, but at a certain point in youth group, I think Pastor Michael, our youth pastor, I think he was here a few weeks ago, the Jew with the braids or the long hair. Yep, love that guy. But he did, I don't know what was happening, but it's just like a peace that you can't explain. Like something just comes upon you and just takes away every thought that you had, every thought of depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety. Just like, I swear, like God just like took it and he like threw it away in the trash can into like this pit that I'd never see again. And it's like that changed my life. That experience, that encounter, and from there, I would say it's been a journey. It's been a journey. I've been able to do amazing things. I've been able to go to amazing places. And it's all because of Jesus. That one encounter that I had changed everything. And I think, and I'm going to wrap it up with this. And I think most oftentimes that we can take our experiences and project it on who Christ is. We could take the poorly figured, the poor father that we had, the friends, the people that let you down, and we can place that on Jesus. But let me tell you, Jesus will never let you down. He will never let you down. And that is what I've seen in my life. Yes, I've gone through some tough things in my life, but God has stood there faithfully. I've seen his goodness and his mercy follow me, and it still will follow me, and that's a promise. Go read Psalm 23. It says, surely goodness and mercy will follow me the rest of my days. That is a promise until you go meet with the Lord. And so that is one thing that I would honestly just encourage you. Don't get so wrapped up on, you know what, like I had this happen to me in my life, and I'm going to let the devil just like run rampant in my mind over this. But no, accept his grace, accept his mercy, accept his faithfulness and his goodness, and he will take you where he wants you to go, right? And I'm only 22 years old. I got a long life ahead of me, and I'm excited to see what God has for me. But more importantly, I'm excited to see what God has for you guys. And I want to encourage you with this one more time. I was thinking about this during worship. Don't give up, right? Because you could be here, you could be going through AA, you could be going through the classes here, and you could feel inside of you that you just want to give up. But I'm telling you, keep working at it, because Paul says in Philippians 4, chapter 6, he's like, I will bring to completion the work that I begin inside of you. And I'm so excited to see how God continues to move in this place, how God continues to just like bring you guys from the place that you were in into a new place. And God has something in store for you, right? And I truly believe that for everybody here. He's got new things coming, right? And so that's what I would leave it with. God's a loving Father. He's good. His mercy will follow you all the days of your life. And that's what I've seen in my life, and I continue to see it no matter what. So